Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. For today's video we're going to be breaking down, as well as me giving you guys my initial thoughts on the just revealed Transformers Studio Series Dark of the Moon Bumblebee and Transformers Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class RC. Now along with these two reveals was also the Revenge of the Fallen Sideways. However, I actually had a review planned going up tonight for that guy, but considering I'm putting out this video, that will probably be shifted until tomorrow, so definitely be sure to stay tuned for tomorrow for that Studio Series Sideways review, and I'll give you guys a quick tease. It's an awesome figure and the Bayformers are definitely back with a bang. But we're going to be talking about these two deluxe figures. Now this pretty much confirms a lot of things that I've been discussing over on the channel for quite some time, that the next wave would consist of Galvatron, Thundercracker, Sideways, Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, RC, and then for the leader class, the Fallen. Now at the time of this recording, the Fallen is the only other figure from this wave that hasn't as of yet been revealed. I'm not quite sure what's taking them so long with that guy, but I am just really excited, and of course he is without a doubt probably one of the biggest drops for this year 2022 in regards to Studio Series. But we'll delve straight here into the thoughts video. So taking a look, firstly here we have the Transformers Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class RC. Now for the longest time I actually wondered as to what this figure would be. Initially I thought that perhaps it would be a typo in some of the listings. I basically thought that they were just going to be doing a case refresh and maybe giving us the Bumblebee movie RC again, or maybe just a repack of the Earthrise RC, as we've actually gotten quite a few new mainline RC figures as of late. But no, this does appear to in fact actually be a complete brand new mold. Now upon first glance, at least to me, it does look as if though it's kind of an amalgamation of the Thrilling 30s version and the Earthrise release, and overall I do think it looks a lot better when in comparison to her Earthrise version. Sadly that figure was not the best, and whilst this here isn't that much better, I do still think it's probably going to be one of the best mass-produced RC figures that we've gotten for a very long time. Now, of course, RC, the G1 design to begin with, is very difficult to in fact actually create a figure of. Even her masterpiece did still suffer from having a massive backpack, and that's just the nature of the design. It is a very streamlined female robot mode which basically has barely any vehicle mode kibble, but of course when she transforms, she converts into a pretty big Cybertronian space car, and that kibble has to go somewhere on a mainline figure. And as we take a look here at this image, while she does have a pretty decently sized backpack, I think the detail where the robot mode is concerned is awesome. Something which is a marked improvement when in comparison to the Earthrise release would be the paint apps actually for the face. It looks so much better, completely picked out in pink where the actual face plate is concerned. We've got blue for the eyes as well as some red lipstick. I believe that the Earthrise version, I haven't taken a look at that figure for quite some time, is just a blank pale face with these massive blue eyes, and it really didn't look the best. So this new 86 version definitely does look significantly better. Her torso appears to be basically just exactly the same as the one we saw as part of Thrilling 30, where that panel from the vehicle mode, that kind of front section, does come down over the chest to form her breastplate. But I think the sculpt work on that looks awesome, as so does the paint. She includes a brand new, more G1 inspired, accurate looking blaster, completely decked out in gunmetal grey. Those arms once again also do appear to be either a direct carryover or slight retool of that Thrilling 30 counterpart. I'm actually quite surprised that they have gone that far back in releases to kind of modify for the Studio Series. I would have thought that they would have really just modified the Earthrise version, but to be honest, I've always regarded that Thrilling 30 as being the best version of RC that Hasbro put out. You may have noticed in some of my more recent 86 reviews, I've literally only used that figure for the size comparisons, just as I really don't like the Earthrise figure at all. But as we take a look at the actual torso, I think it looks great. Really awesome gunmetal grey used for the lower section, and the legs actually look so much nicer when in comparison to the Earthrise. They're a lot more streamlined. There isn't as much surface detailing going on, of course, to better match how she actually appeared in that original G1 series, and she does in fact actually have proper ankle rocker pivot. Now granted, the Earthrise version also did, but it was very limited and restricted, and due to just how big and bulky her backpack was, it made posing her pretty difficult. So it is awesome to see that this RC will pretty much have all of the articulation that you would expect from a modern figure, whilst of course being heavily inspired from that Thrilling 30s version that I believe we got released way back in either 2013 or 2014. Now as far as the backpack is concerned, they've tried to compress it as much as they possibly can. Judging by some of these images, it doesn't appear as if though it is going to be detachable like the Earthrise release, which personally I'm all for, and I do think it looks a lot better for it. You can see here some images of her just standing straight up. I think it looks great. I definitely think it's going to be a lot better of a release when in comparison to that Earthrise version. Here we have an image here of her in vehicle mode. Looks very cool. cool, exactly what you would expect from G1 RCE's vehicle mode. I think the paint looks awesome. I love the fact they've actually included the subtle grey highlights on the side of a vehicle, almost where the doors are, so that definitely is a neat touch. So I'm looking forward to getting this figure in hand. But of course, the biggest reveal to come out of kind of these deluxe Studio Series figures for me would be the Dark of the Moon Bumblebee. You guys all know that not only am I a massive Bayformer fan, but Transformers 3 Dark of the Moon is my favourite Transformers movie of all time. I thought Bumblebee looked killer in that movie, as well as Optimus Prime, and this here is our Studio Series Dark of the Moon Bumblebee. Now, to be honest, I kind of expected this to just be a straight up retool of the Revenge of the Fallen or the 2007 version. Throughout those three movies, B did have a very similar look, although in Transformers 3 he was slightly modified to have an almost beefed, jacked up torso, and that's essentially exactly what they've done here with this new Dark of the Moon release. You can see that the entire chest plate has been heavily modified to have some of those more mechanical components, which I actually think look awesome, and unlike the previous two Bayverse versions of B, this guy does in fact actually have the battle mask retracted. Now, it does appear to be the exact same sculpt as we saw on the clunker Bumblebee. I don't think it's a bad sculpt, but I never really thought that it was dead on. I do think the eyes are slightly too small, so maybe if they could have just reworked that, I think it would have looked a little better, but definitely loving what I'm seeing here. He does come with the actual arm cannon, which is great. You can see as far as the colorization is concerned, a lot darker when in comparison to Revenge of the Fallen and of course the first movie, where some of those plastic components are concerned. And then as we just take a look here at Bumblebee's vehicle mode, this looks super cool. I was actually quite intrigued to see just how much reshelling they would do here for this alt mode, and it looks near enough perfect. Now, of course, I personally am not a huge car enthusiast, so I'm almost certain there will be some inaccuracies between this and, of course, the Chevy that Bumblebee had in Transformers 3, but for the most part, I think it looks great. The entire front section has been completely modified. It appears as if though the hood has been modified this time to sport the two black stripes. You can also see those black stripes on the roof section of Bumblebee, which looks great, and of course, we've got that rear spoiler that really did make the Dark of the Moon Bumblebee stand out when in comparison from his Transformers 2 and Movie 1 appearance. And we've also got some really awesome gunmetal hubcaps going on there for the side of the wheels. And as mentioned previously, of course, Sideways was also revealed, but I'll be sure to have a review up of him going on the channel after this video, probably around about tomorrow, so definitely be sure to stay tuned for that. So overall, definitely loving what I'm seeing here. It's awesome to see that the Transformers releases are definitely picking up as we move into the summer. I know the Transformers Wreck and Roll subline was announced yesterday, and I believe there is in fact even another reveal due today for that, so we're getting so many reveals at once. It really is now just a matter of time as to when the Fallen finally drops. So I know, much like myself, there are many of you out there who are really keen on seeing how that figure turns out, but this is definitely looking to be once again another killer Studio Series wave. Galvatron, Thundercracker, Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, 86 RC, and of course Sideways, and hopefully eventually the Fallen. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you guys think that perhaps it's a little too soon to be seeing yet another mainline version of RC? And definitely be sure to let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts on the new Transformers Dark of the Moon Bumblebee. I thank you guys all so much for watching, and until my next video, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.